the little birdies on Jaybird Street like to hear the robins go tweet, 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 rockin' robin, tweet, 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 rockin' robin, tweet, tweet, tweet. Go rockin' robin, 'cause you're really gonna rock tonight. Now, you may be wondering why we look beautiful in our bird hats and why we're singing about robins, even though we're not wearing robins on our head.
Birds of a feather.
Oh, we flock together.
That we do.
This video, we're going to be talking about birds and some of the unique things that birds have. Now, Professor Blackfeather, do you know what the largest bird in the world is?
Oh my goodness, I don't.
It is an ostrich.
An ostrich?
An ostrich, and here's the funny thing. They don't fly,
They don't.
but they are birds.
They have feathers.
They do, but they do not fly.
Right.
Now, would you know what the smallest bird is?
Is it a hummingbird?
It is a type of hummingbird. It's called a bee hummingbird, and it's very, very teeny. I hear bells.
I think it was bird.
They're very, very teeny hummingbirds.
Oh my goodness.
Creatures great and small. You know, last time we forgot to tell you this, but back in the last video, you know what I don't know if it's the largest because there's several. Large camouflage animals. Can you name one?
A leopard?
Oh, a leopard is right. Leopards, tigers, those kind of big animals, they camouflage themselves in grasses.
Very cool.
Do you know what the teeniest, tiniest camouflage animal is? I might even have to look back at my paper.
I don't know.
I don't know if I remember.
Maybe it's a bug? Is it some kind of insect?
I believe, hang on,
Just looking at
my
it.
paper. Ooh, sand crabs. There is a variety of a sand crab that's teeny, and there are some spiders that are very, very teeny that camouflage themselves.
Oh my goodness.
Very interesting.
That's kind of exciting to have such great big creatures and small creatures that are camouflaged.
Creatures great and small.
The Lord God made them all.
So, today we're talking about birds.
We are. And we're going to do some fun activities. Now, Professor Buchanan, why do you have gloves?
Well, I'm going to show you. Sometimes, if you find something outside that has come into contact with an animal, you don't want to necessarily touch it with your hand. Now, I don't know necessarily if it's about germs, but I think it's about germs. That some animals, I lost my thumb. Where did my thumb go? Put in her thumb and
They're so tricky.
pulled out a plum. This is like how we get 17 kindergartners ready to go outside in winter.
Yay!
So if you find something outside that might have been part of an animal, like a feather or a nest, let me show you.
Look at your nest.
I got a nest.
Very
Show
cool.
you. I don't know if you can see. Let me tilt it a little bit. But this nest looks like it was made out of twigs and grass and mud, and there's even a leaf in there.
Ooh,
Do you see how there's even a little part at the bottom? Like a baby blanket.
nice and cushy for the baby.
Nice and cushy. One of the projects you could do is to gather up some materials outside. I'm going to take off these gloves now. Like maybe leaves or twigs. I don't know about mud. You'd have to ask Mom and Dad about the mud. And see if you could design your own nest that would safely hold baby eggs. Maybe you don't want to use stuff from outside. Maybe you've got some fun things inside like cardboard or packing peanuts or yarn or, I don't know, your imagination. You use it. See if you can build a nest that stays together and protects baby eggs. That's a challenge.
That kind of sounds like something we did earlier with Humpty Dumpty. He had a great fall. So that's a very cool thing to be able to try to make. And you can probably use almost any materials that you have at home. Just always ask Mommy and Daddy to make sure that it's okay to use what you're wanting to use.
Now, when you build your nest, see if it can sit up into something without falling over.
Ooh.
This is an engineering project.
Ooh, very cool.
Did you know birds are kind of engineers because they know how to build nests?
I can't believe how intricate that was.
I know.
They have to put it together. I never could put it
Do
I
you
never
know
could do that.
that small tiny bird, that bee hummingbird?
Yeah.
His nest, or her nest, I don't know who builds the nest, is only as big as a quarter.
What?
That's how big their nest is.
Well, because they're so teeny tiny.
Yes.
That's cool. I
And the
wouldn't be able to
ostrich?
sit in that one.
The ostrich doesn't really build a nest. They kind of dig down into the ground to put their eggs in. It's
Oh.
not really anything that's formed per se,
But that keeps them safe, though.
I guess.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so we have an activity packet for you. And inside this activity packet, there's going to be a fun activity right here. It says, take flight, bird activity. Can you see the picture up at the top? Can you see what that is? There is a cup, and there are feathers, and there's some eyeballs I see, and there's a straw that will also be used for you to put the yarn in between, and you're going to see if you can make your bird cup fly. Pretty cool. So inside your packet, you will have feathers. You're gonna have feathers. You're gonna have the cup to make your bird. You are also going to have a beak. Cute little beak. That's why you know it's bird, because they have beaks. You will have these cute little sticker circles.
Sticker circles.
That you can use there. I think you use them to put like fasteners in and stuff. But that you could use for eyeballs for your bird. And then you will have a little straw to glue on the top or tape on the top.
Yeah, tape would work.
And some yarn. And this is a long piece of yarn, so you're going to be able to take and put that from one end of the area to another end of the area so that you could see which, maybe they can make sure to see which kind of angle that it needs to be for it to go as fast as it can go. And on the other side of this piece, so all the directions are right here for you. Thank you. All the directions are right here for you, right? And then on the back, you're going to have some chances. It says here, experiment 1. It says trial number 1, trial number 2, trial number 3. What does it mean to trial?
It means you just give it a go. Just check it out. See, on one, you're checking to see how fast your bird can fly, and on the other, you're seeing how far your bird can fly. Because
Very
there's
cool.
2 experiments.
Yes. So that one is going to be experiment 1, and then experiment 2, you're going to have a chance to do those things down here. See how many times you can get it to go as fast as it can go, right?
Or as far.
Or as far as it can go. Very cool. Okay, thank you. I'm going to put this back into the container.
While you're doing that, friends, have you ever heard geese flying overhead? You know, like,
Yeah.
that kind of sounded like a fire alarm.
It
I almost
did.
got nervous. And you look up in the sky and you see geese up in the air, and they're kind of in the shape of a V. Now, we have a video linked below that kind of explains why birds do that. And I'll give you a hint. It helps them fly without getting tired. And there's a little experiment you can try with a fan, if you have a fan at home, which I'm pretty sure most people do, and a piece of paper. That's stuff you have at your house. Now, I'm going to warn you, and I think you already know this because you're such smart friends. Please, please, please don't stick anything inside of a fan, especially like your fingers. Not good. In this project, you don't stick anything inside the fan. You're just using the air that blows from the fan to see if you can make a V formation with your paper and why that works.
Ooh, very cool.
Check out the video first below.
Very cool.
Now, I think there was another video, isn't there? Where it talks about migration. That almost sounds like that mimicry word, migration, mimicry. Take a look at that one and see what you think about migration and why a bird might want to leave Mount Prospect, Illinois and fly down to Mexico. You never know why.
I'm interested in finding out why, because, you know, I think I might want to do that once winter comes.
Well, I don't want to fly like this. I want to get
No.
into a plane because,
Yes.
you know, my arms are tired. There's also some fun activities that you can do online. There's one where you can make a beat box with birds. There's that noise again.
It's the birds. It's a bird call.
There's another one where you play a migration game online, and there was a third third one, I don't remember what it was. Something online with birds. Oh, it was live camera of birds. So you could watch birds in real life.
Very cool.
There's also another activity, maybe if you would like to do this at home. Although summertime you really don't need to do this, but I'm sure the birds wouldn't mind, is making a little bird feeder for your birds with some maybe peanut butter or something called lard and some bird seed and some Cheerios and maybe even an ice cream cone. Check out the link below because it'll show you how to do one.
Very cool.
So we hope you liked this part about the birds. There was so much, we didn't know exactly what to do with birds because we could talk about birds for days. But I hope you like all the stuff that we chose for you to do. Have a good time.
Bye, guys. Don't forget the links below.
See you next week.
See you later, alligator.